Morena. It is, what is it, Wednesday morning. It's like 6:25, 6:30ish. I forgot my glasses at home, so I've been up since 5:30. Just been out walking, listening to chapter 4 of this book that I've been talking about. It was really good. This chapter was all about beliefs and changing your limiting beliefs to something more positive, more empowering, focusing more on possibility rather than limitation. So it's great. But yeah, what did I want to talk about? I guess what I wanted to talk about was, man, it's the problem with walking out here. There's not many lights. I wanted to talk about, oh yeah, I think I didn't wait, let me make sure I don't fall over. I wanted to talk about, I didn't close off last night because there was a lot that happened. So I basically met up with a friend, and this was through LinkedIn, I guess. We were kind of reconnecting after like many years of not seeing each other. And what was quite interesting was that it was sort of a chance encounter, I guess. But what we ended up kind of talking about, I won't go into details yet, but it was like, I guess it was acknowledging that we seem at a surface level to have very different polar opposite views or perspectives on certain things. And it was a really, really interesting conversation. It was really confronting for me, difficult for me because I don't like confrontation. And it wasn't like overly confrontational at all, but I guess because it had that kind of, oh, you have different beliefs to me kind of tone, it felt uncomfortable for me. But we basically, in my eyes at least, came to like a mutual respect and mutual understanding. Like we both liked each other beforehand anyway. And then we sort of discovered, oh, we have different opinions on things, which is not, it's not the end of the world. I almost think that you should have different opinions, because then you can challenge your own opinion. Maybe you're wrong, maybe you're right, who knows. But there was that. And then after that, basically had an appointment, booked my service in, which I'm dropping off the car today. Have another appointment later today. And then I guess we spent the rest of the day, me and my fiance, just kind of debriefing on what we talked about. And what else? I didn't have much time to do any of the programs that I like to do. It's like what I was doing this morning. But we had a big chat about stuff, and getting a lot closer to like signing a contract. We still need to make a couple more decisions on what we're actually doing and how it's actually going to be possible. And the thing that I actually asked this person and another friend of mine, it's just, I need to talk about like privacy and disclosure as a privacy student, I guess, somebody who studied the Privacy Act, committing to this kind of public journey. It's easy for me because I have my consent, but I don't have anyone else's consent. So how do I talk about them? How do I mention them? How do I include them without their consent? Basically, I don't. So it's just really hard to talk about things, and then always constantly having to like filter, be careful you don't say this or that, or something that I've really battled with. So I would imagine for the people watching, if anybody's watching, it's probably really hard to follow. And yeah, I'm sorry for that, but it is what it is at the moment. I guess the other option is just to focus on myself, which is hard because I'm just not their way. I do a lot of things for different people, and if I just focus on myself and I was like in monk mode, easy, yeah, cool, we could just talk about myself all day, but it's not like that. So anyway, starting to ramble. I just crossed the road. I'm gonna stay here because it's good lighting. Fair. What are my intents for today? So I sent some new intents for today. Yesterday I had 3, I completed 2. The one I didn't complete was Soulathon chapter 3 journaling. So I've read the book, I've done most of the journaling, I just need to do one more page, and then I've listened to chapter 4 this morning for the past 20 minutes. I'll easily hit my step count today, so that's good. Meals, I've been maintaining 2 meals a day, which is also working out pretty well. I haven't been tempted or persuaded to have ice cream or any kind of sweets yet. My body feels good. I did 20 push-ups and squats this morning. Yeah, I feel energized, I feel good. I want to try to focus more on just getting stuff done. I've written a couple of pages for my book, and I'm thinking about writing another one today. I've got 5 goals for today. So Soulathon chapter 4. Oh man, what else did I write down? I think I wrote down to read, because I've been a bit sloppy with reading other books like Think and Grow Rich, writing pages of a book, and what else? There are 2 other things. If I remember them, I'll talk about them a bit later, but I think that's enough for now. I'm gonna head in. I had a good sleep, by the way, so I went to bed like 9:30 something, and I woke up at 5:30. I woke up periodically through the night, but I got up at 5:30, and yeah, been up for half an hour journaling and doing stuff, and now I'm gonna head back in and read a book and have breakfast at 10. So before then I need to do some work. Anyway, I'll touch base with you a bit later. Cheers. Kia ora. It is just before 8 o'clock in the evening, and I'm in the car. Fiance's just going inside, so I figured I'll do my recording for the night. I almost completely forgot about it, to be honest. We just went out for dinner, and yeah, just in an interesting place. She kind of recognized too that something's off, so I don't know, I'm just I guess I'm just tired. It's been a long day. So today I had a appointment, dropped the car for a service, did a service, cars are good, replaced the bulb or something. It was like $379 for standard service. It's because the car's done like 100k, which is, it's getting up there. I've had it since 2018, so I've had it for 7 years, which is, I don't know, good, not good. Yeah, took the cars for a service, and then I had an appointment with this lady who's like a health navigator who's been helping me for the past 9 months since I've been out of the hospital, kind of with recovery and getting back into work and getting back into study. And we had a really interesting conversation that went for like over an hour. My fiance was there, and we were talking about like what kind of support do I need, and what are we up to, what am I up to. And I told her all of the things that I'm working on, and she's just like, man, you need a rest. And that's kind of what the theme has been for today. Like, I've been overstimulated, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and my brain is just fried. I'm just really tired and exhausted. And we went to a warehouse, and I was walking around, and I kind of started feeling dizzy. I don't know if only having 2 meals a day is starting to affect me, but I'm like starving all the time, and maybe I'm just not eating enough food. This morning I had 3 eggs and toast and some chili, and then we just had dinner now, and it was like 7 o'clock or something. So it was a long period of no eating, and I think the other thing is I'm not hydrating enough as well. So I'm meant to have like 3 to 4 liters, and I think I barely had 2 today, which is not great at all. That's probably why. I think step-wise, I'm at 6,350, so pretty close to the target. I think I'll get there. If I don't, I don't care today, to be honest. Yeah. One thing that's come up a lot of times today is that I need to rest. I need to actually, because my mind is always constantly going. It's kind of hard for me to stop thinking. Like, it's really hard for me to just rest sometimes. Like, I might lie in bed and then I'll be thinking about one thing, and then I'll jump to another thought, and I just can't. It's very hard for me to rest. It's very hard for me to think about nothing. And what the lady said today was like, would you be interested in something called a lo-fi test? I've never heard of it, but it was like, apparently I think it tests a range of like conditions, like if you have ADHD or some other conditions. And I'm like, I think I've always had something like that, or OCD. But it's like a test that can help understand how your brain functions, how your mind works. And I have known that my mind operates very differently, which has usually been a problem for me. Like, the theme was that I'm always working on lots of things. Like, I'm doing like lots of courses at the moment. Instead of reading one book, I'm reading like 3 different books. Like when I told the lady what we've been up to and what I'm doing, she's just like, man, that's way too much. And even talking to my fiance, sometimes she gets overwhelmed just listening to all the things that I'm thinking about, talking about, doing. And it's just, that's how it's always been. And that's actually how I ended up in hospital, I think, because I just burnt myself out. I pushed myself too hard. I did too much, and I paid the price. So my biggest problem is spreading myself too thin, doing too many things. Even with this like whole 10-year journey thing, it's like I have all these huge ambitious goals. And then, I watch a lot of Alex Hormozy lately, and I actually watched a very long video with him, and then he did a podcast. And one of the things that he keeps saying a lot is he recognized as an entrepreneur, he's been in it for a little while, but he recognizes that each attempt takes like a decade or so, and he's only got, maybe 1 or 2 more spins or seasons left in it. And he said, he started off, I think he had like 9 businesses going at one point, and then he recognized that he can't do all 9. He has to just pick one and go with it, and to be hyper focused. And that's generally how a lot of successful people are, as they kind of focus on one thing. And then I watched this video where there was this lady, apparently she has all these different things going on. She's like a visionary. A lot of people in the comments were giving a shit, but his answer to her, because she was trying to get some knowledge, and I think a lot of people were saying that she was just using him for marketing. But she asked him like for help, and he said, it sounds like you've got too much going on. It sounds like you're running too many businesses. You just need to pick one, and you need to let the rest kind of like die or like phase off. And that's kind of like what I need to do. I think that's what a lot of us need to do. If we have a lot of ambitions and a lot of things that we want to achieve, it's like we have to actually realize that if we want to do them well, we can't do all of them well. We can only pick one, because there's only so much, 24 hours in a day. there's only so much attention and energy and focus that we can put onto one thing, let alone 2, 3, 4. So that's kind of like a moment for me. And then this other video, he talked about like the different types of people. I forgot what it was called, but it was like it's like a recent video that he did where it's just him talking to himself, kind of podcast style. And he mentioned the 5 different types of people. There's like the passive active, the passive, the positive active, the positive passive, the neutral, and then the negative passive, and then the negative active, or something like that. And that was like really fascinating, because I was trying to figure out where I fit on that scale of, you know, in my health situation, in my career, in my relationships. Am I the positive active, or am I somewhere else? And there were some instances where I was like, damn, I might actually be not where I think I am. And he said, you know, he has a lot of thoughts about people who say that things don't work, and it's like, you make it work. If you do a training course and it doesn't work, it's not the course that didn't work, it's you. If he believes that every single investment he's ever made in himself, he has succeeded because he applied it to win. He said winners win no matter what. They don't blame circumstances. They don't care about the condition. It doesn't even matter if the teacher's any good. Winners find a way to win. And I'm like, damn, I'm obviously not a winner, because I'm not where I want to be. So I need to change my mindset. And he said, you know, you could be like a 1 on the scale, like a person who, you know, struggles with losing weight, has been fat all their life, and is always blaming other things. And I'm like, damn. He said, if you just take some accountability and said, I've always been fat and it's my fault. And I was like, yeah, I can resonate with that, because I've had a lot of issues where, like, you know, certain things didn't work for me, when really it's just I didn't apply myself. I didn't take full accountability. So I'm on a journey. That's what this whole thing is about. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be raw. It's going to be, you know, authentic. But yeah, I thought that was a really interesting, insightful video. And I noticed that this is almost getting 10 minutes. So I think I'll wrap up here, because I'm getting tired and it's getting late and I need to put the phone away. So that's enough for now. I'm almost starting to lose track of the days. I think it's day 33. So yeah, signing out, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Cheers.